I'm Becki Schildhouse with your NBC7 Sports Wrap Weekly San Diego Sports Preview. It's a slow week for the Gulls because they only have one game. It was great to see teams like Panama, Saudi Arabia, Iran, every team scored in the World Cup. So having those smaller teams really emerge on the world stage, I think that's great for the game. On the other side, we've got England. They're going to face Croatia. England made it through on penalty kicks late in the World Cup. It's all craziness.
I feel like every time I turn on a Padres game, Craig Stammen is on the mound for him.
Or at least warming up, right?
For at least, and it's 2 innings. It's never just a batter or two.
The U.S. Open is the biggest tennis tournament in the United States, and a pair of San Diegans got to use the weekend to promote wheelchair tennis. Dana Mathewson was born in San Diego and at 10 years old contracted a neurological disease that causes the immune system to attack the spinal cord. David Wagner is a resident athlete in Chula Vista who had one horrible day that changed the rest of his life.
We started throwing the frisbee around, and as we were throwing it out into the water, I chased after it, and as I jumped the wave to retrieve the frisbee, a wave broke at the wrong time, and it hit my legs, and it actually jackknifed my body, and it slammed my head straight down into the ocean floor, which instantly snapped my neck and paralyzed me from my entire body. I actually couldn't move any part of my body.
Getting injured at such a young age and having your legs or a lot of your mobility kind of robbed from you, taken so quickly, really makes you lose your sense of self. You lose your sense of independence, obviously, and tennis has really given that back to me. It's really taught me how to be self-reliant. It's taught me to work hard on my own. It teaches you a lot of life lessons, and it really gave me my sense of self back.
The first time I tried wheelchair tennis, I went out with my girlfriend at the time, and I tried to hold the racket, tried to hit a ball from basically the service line right in the middle of the court, and every time the ball hit the racket fell out of my hand. And I was adamant that there was no possible way that a quadriplegic could play wheelchair tennis, and boy was I wrong. This was something I wanted to do, and I decided that I'm not going to go halfway with it, I'm going to go all the way with it. And so for me, I played the right tournaments, learned from the right people, trained the right way, and really just climbed the ranks quite quickly and haven't looked back.
I think just the fact that people are seeing us is huge. I think wheelchair tennis really needs a lot more exposure so people can actually know that we exist. I'm just really thankful that we get to be showcased on the grounds here and have people watch. But I think what I would most like people to take home is that we are athletes, one and the same as, say, Federer or Nadal or Serena. We work just as hard, we train the same. There's only one difference. We can use 2 bounces as long as the first one is within that regulation court.
I just truly enjoy the sport. I would have never thought I would have been able to travel the world and see so many places. And to do it chasing little yellow fuzzy balls all around a tennis court is pretty awesome.
I just like to inspire people, especially young girls, to know that even though you're disabled and life is drastically different than maybe it was before, or maybe someone was born with a disability, that you can go out there and you can take on the world. Never took no for an answer. That was always my kind of philosophy when I initially got hurt, because people would say you're not going to walk again, and people said that I wouldn't qualify for Rio, and I proved them wrong. I think being stubborn has really helped me a lot, and I think, the sky is really the limit.
Mathewson and Wagner both have another major tournament they're keeping their eyes on. The Tokyo 2020 Paralympics are less than 2 years away. I'm Becki Schildhouse for your Paralympic station, NBC7. We're at Genuine Volleyball in Vista, where there's a tournament going on unlike any other.
This is the 2nd annual sitting volleyball tournament that we've hosted for a local San Diego sitting volleyball program. It's under the Challenged Athletes Foundation.
8 teams competed in this year's event, with 3 from USA Volleyball's Developmental Academy, 2 from Northern California, 1 from the Challenged Athletes Foundation, and Aztec Adaptive Sports that's trying to make a difference in college athletics.
We started about a year and a half ago. We're trying to bring adaptive sports into collegiate level at SDSU. There are no collegiate adaptive programs in California, and so we're trying to start that at SDSU.
Katie Holloway plays with one of the teams that traveled from Northern California, and she won gold with Team USA at the Rio Paralympics.
To be able to come home and come to these events in the community and be able to spend time with people and really give back to the sport that has given you that opportunity it's so special, and I love, that's what I love about the sport. Really, it's, you know, the gold medal's great, but coming home to share it with everyone that's contributed to your success is the most meaningful part of all of the experience.
CAF and Aztec Adaptive Sports are also trying to spread the word.
The more barriers that we can break down in terms of seeing adaptive sport as something that it's kind of a nice thing and it's inclusive and hey, they're playing. We want to move away from that and get people the idea that there's some amazing athletes who have physical challenges.
We're just trying to get the word out about adaptive sports, and since we're trying to build the program, we're trying to find any athletes who would want to join our program.
Really not a lot of growth in the nation, in our country for sitting volleyball. So we really want to make sure that regionally we grow the sport of the game with both able-bodied people and people with disabilities.
If you want to get more information on Challenged Athletes Foundation, you can go to their website at challengedathletes.org. For NBC7 Sports Wrap, I'm Becki Schildhouse.